Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. In today's video, I've got something really cool to share with you. We're going to take a look at the Aegis Hoplite, and Aegis Knifeworks is Jeff Simmons' company, and he is a knife maker, part-time knife maker out of North Carolina. And what makes this video really cool is he teamed up with Millet Knives to do a mid-tech or high-quality production run based on his custom hoplite. So here we do have the custom hoplite that's on loan from Jeff, as well as the mid-tech or high-quality production knife also on loan from Jeff. So really, really cool. I love the opportunity to compare the custom with the production run. I've had a few times to do that, and I think it just makes for really interesting content. So I hope you guys will like this as well. So a couple things I want to accomplish. I want to review the mid-tech. I want to speak to kind of Millet Knives quality here on the mid-tech or production run. And then I also want to do a comparison of the two knives, kind of show you the differences, and I think I'll just do that throughout as we're talking about them. So yeah, so let's move the custom back here for a moment and bring the production run up to the front here. Now, I am a little bit late getting to this video, so the majority of these are already sold out, but there will be future runs down the line, maybe with, there'll be variations, of course. It won't be the same knife over again. Well, let's talk about the specs real quick. I'll get into the overall impressions. It'll be mostly here about the mid-tech, the custom here. You can contact Jeff to see when and if he might have something available, but from here on out, it's going to be more of he'll put something available as he builds it. And if you're going to Blade 2016, he will have a table there with knives for you guys to check out as well. So without further ado, let's get into the specs. So we've got a blade length of about 3.5 inches, handle length of about 4.7 inches, overall of about 8.1. Excuse me. The thickness here is just about 0.51 inches, and the production, I'll just call it a production run here, weighs in at 5.7 ounces, and the custom weighed in at about 5.5 ounces. So not really a detectable difference by and large in terms of the weight, but again, there is a slight 0.2 of an ounce difference. So it does use CTS XHP blade steel, 6AL4V titanium handles and pocket clip, over travel stop, ceramic detent, and ceramic ball bearings as well. So yeah, now the warranty on these will be covered by Millet Knives if there is some issue, I guess, with the production of the knife. If you beat the crap out of it, that's kind of at your own accord, but basic warranty is covered by Millet. So yep. Overall impressions, well, I think it has outstanding aesthetics. It's really built as a user from an ergonomic perspective, from the blade steel and kind of overbuilt type of knife. So really well done. I've really been attracted to his designs, especially here on the hoplite. Just the lines are phenomenal, and it's a really cool knife. So I really like the designs. Now, in terms of how good is the production as compared to the custom, it's actually scary good. They feel exactly the same in hand. There have actually been some improvements here as Jeff and I guess Shane over at Millet Knives were working on this production. They made some tweaks, they made some changes to improve upon it. The only real difference between the two is going to be in the detent. The custom here has a very hard-hitting detent, firm, or it's strong to extreme. You get that really pronounced sound here. On the production one here, it is more of a medium-strength detent. So you guys can probably hear the difference and see the difference. Now what that does is it frees up the thumb stud to be easily used, whereas with a stronger detent as on the custom here, a little bit harder to kick out, but then it does fire a little harder as well. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Other than that, really well done from both Jeff and Millet Knives. So yeah, I guess that's my overall impressions here as compared between the two. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. So let's go into kind of the details. As far as, let's move this here for a moment. As far as the production or Midtech goes, as well as the custom, it is a hollow grind, and Millet is one of the few knife shops who can actually execute a hollow grind. Really hard to find hollow grinds in terms of production knives, so yeah, really nice edge, hollow grind, again, kind of a useful modified Wharncliffe blade shape. There is some jimping here on the flipper tab, and they've done it kind of a slight cant. And let me show you, we'll just go through, let me show you on the custom here, a different flipper shape entirely. This one is more comfortable and a little bit easier to fire there. So the thumb studs, let me show you guys those. Similar but slightly different. You actually get a little more grip here on this one than you do. Yeah, they're both equally as good. They both kind of perform in the same way here. So yeah, there is jimping on the spine. Pretty close. This one's a little bit sharper. This one has been honed a little bit more, so it is kind of a bit less abrasive. There is some changes here in the tang of the blade so that it sits flush with the handle, whereas this one does not. So just a detail they decided together to change on the knife. This part really doesn't have any functional benefit, but again, it looks nice. So alright, so again, medium strength detail on this one. It's actually broken in quite a bit since I first got it. It's smoother now than it initially was. You can light switch. You can do a push down. A little hard to do under the camera here. And let's see here. So if you want to half-ass it, you can. But any degree of strength will get it open. And again, it's actually smoother and it flips a little bit faster than when I first got it. They do polish the detent and the bearing track, but I guess it got even smoother with use here. So really no drama. Now I don't know if it'll show here, but they put what's called a detent track, if you can see it right down there, onto the tang of the blade. And this makes it a little bit easier for the detent ball to get up onto the tang. So as you transition, I don't know if you guys can hear that. So it just transitions a little bit easier to close. This one doesn't have a detent track, I don't think. So hopefully that displayed the difference well. Anyways, it's a nice feature. It's something a few other companies have done, and it just helps to make it a little bit smoother, a little more enjoyable. Alright, handles. From an ergonomic perspective, really comfortable. Kind of have a fighting hilt here that wraps around, locks the hand in really well. A large finger choil that kind of transitions with the flipper tab to create that forward guard. As you can see, the transition here is a little bit nicer than it was on the custom here. So again, just some nice changes that they made in the build process. Just detail work, really. As you can see, there's some jimping here on the lock bar. It's less aggressive and a little bit more here on the production versus the one on the custom, a little bit sharper, a little bit wider. And again, let me clarify, this was kind of an earlier version of the Hoplite, one of the few, or the only one he's kept. So some of these changes that you see here were incorporated on later Hoplites. But they certainly made an effort to get all of the fine detail work in on the production knife. So lockup, just about 50% on this one. On the custom, probably a little bit closer to 60 or 70. Nice and solid lockup, no blade play. And then, of course, on the custom, yeah, rock solid too. So, all right, let's see here. The pocket clip is actually really cool. I find it to be functional as well. So, kind of a really neat pocket clip design. Not your standard, you know, straight clip, not your standard straight, even milled 3D milled clip. It's a unique design. One of the cool things too is, so it's got almost a flat portion here, so it rests on the pocket and it doesn't, you know, wiggle around or move. And it gives you a nice shelf to grab onto when you pull it out of the pocket right there. So, really functional design. I like it. I think it looks good. I think it works well. They also milled out this portion here on the pocket clip, so you don't need to take the clip off to take the knife apart. And that was something that was important for them, of course. Now, they did remove the additional standoff here on the back, but these standoffs are actually quite close. Again, in an effort to replicate the standoffs there. Pretty neat. So, yeah. So Millet Knives, I've talked to them about a little bit throughout the video here. They are a knife shop, knife manufacturer out of Idaho. Kind of a small man group, I think about 8 full-time employees or so. And a few of those employees actually came over from Chris Reeve Knives. So there are some guys definitely with some experience and some know-how in terms of quality control, attention to detail. They bring a lot of industry experience. So Millet Knives isn't your standard, you know, just machine shop that can make knife parts. They are a dedicated and specific knife shop there. So a little bit more know-how. They continue to get better. Some of their projects thus far have been with Serge Pachenko, Grant and Gavin Hawk, Jake Hoback, Koenig Knives, including the Zaneta, the screwless design that won Most Innovative Knife of the Year last Blade Show. So certainly some accolades under their belt, and I think they did a great job with Jeff here. So yeah. All right, what else do we want to mention? I think that's pretty much it. So I'll put links to both Jeff at Aegis Knifeworks as well as Millet Knives down below, so you guys can follow them. Again, most of these are already sold out by the time this video uploads. This one's actually going back to Jeff, so you might be able to get your hands on this one. I'm waiting to eventually get a custom from him, so I'll be really excited when that does come about at some point. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Again, just really cool to kind of take a look, compare it with the custom. It's incredibly close. The only difference being the D10 strength here on the flipping action. And again, some of you guys might prefer the really, really hard flipper. Some of you guys might prefer the more medium strength. But again, a little bit easier to use the thumb stud on the production version here. So, yeah. Now, quickly, price. Jeff priced these at basically $400. He made the knives. They cost what they cost. He went to the dealers and said, what do I need to give you to sell these to you guys for so you can price them at $400? So the price point was extremely important to him. At $400 for a US made knife like this, I think it's really a lot of bang for your buck. It comes ahead of a lot of the other mid-techs that I've had my hands on. I think it's really well executed. So, yeah. Anyways, cool project. Again, looking forward to more, kind of more versions of the Hoplite. They might do some of his other designs as well. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. And as always, more videos in the works. I need to get my butt in gear and get more done. So, see you guys soon. Take care.